Hey y'all, is anybody up and awake and on Facebook this time of night? This is the latest I've ever done a live, so I have no idea who's gonna even be on here. But if you do hop on, be sure to tell me hello and that you're here. I'm gonna double check to make sure that this is working. Getting ready to do a little crafty project. One second, y'all. If anybody hops on, say hello. Tell me where you guys are watching from. Okay, it looks like maybe it is working. So my kids are in bed, at least hopefully they're in bed. I have no idea if they might come down. There's my cat getting in the background back there. And I was just in the mood, hey Stacy Haynes, to do a little project tonight because, you know, I can't go more than like a week without doing some kind of project. So I was wanting a few things still for my Christmas decor, but I'm kind of tapped out on my Christmas budget this year because I did change things up. As y'all know, I kind of did not everything different. A lot of my dining room stuff's the same, but most everything in the living room, or a lot of it, was new. So I'm trying to, you know, pump the brakes on buying anything else. But I was trying to organize some of our Christmas stuff today that I wasn't using, and I was putting into bins, and I was like, you know what? I could still use some of this stuff, and I can just paint it because, as you know, I've been a big fan of painting just about anything I can get my hands on for years now. And so I went through my bins, picked out a couple things that decided I wanted to paint. And I'm going to show you guys because it really is amazing what paint can do. So, okay, I'm going to be using my favorite Blackberry House paint. This is the paint that I'm a retailer for in Spring Hill at Pris and Pearls. So you can find, I keep several awesome colors in stock there. And I just spilled paint on me, but that's fine. That's my life. And hey Kathy, how are you? And so anyways, you can find several, y'all look at this, I'm a mess. You can find, this is warm milk, Stacy, which is, I know you love fresh eggs and use a lot of fresh eggs, which I love fresh eggs too, but in my house, I use a lot of warm milk because I don't have like true white. So warm milk is a good, just antique white, kind of off-white color. I know, oops, Stacy. I mean, this is seriously like my life. Like, this is why I can't have nice clothes. This is why, you know, this is just my life. So anyways, no big deal. But, so I'm using warm milk. Y'all, this paint can literally go over anything, any type of surface you can think of. It's awesome. So you don't believe me, you're about to believe me after this. Kathy, warm milk is a beautiful color. Yes, it is a beautiful color. I really do love it. The three main whites that they have are fresh eggs, warm milk, and home cooked bread, and they're all really beautiful. It just kind of depends on what shade of white that you're wanting. So in my living room this year, I'm using you know, a lot of blacks and whites and reds, and so a lot of my decor from the past was the real true like greens and reds of Christmas and whatever. And then I also used to have a lot of very glittery stuff, like you can see with this reindeer. I have nothing against some glitter. I love glitter in small doses and whatnot, but it's just not the look that I really have in my house anymore. But I've always loved this reindeer. Look, isn't he cute? So I'm like, okay, I mean, this was literally in a box to go to Goodwill. I was really thinking about it was time to part with this reindeer. Hey, my father-in-law's on. He's like my #1 fan on Facebook Live. I love it. And so I was ready to part with this and take it to Goodwill until I just, you know, got this plan today. And I'm like, wait a second. So I've actually never painted over anything glittery before, but I see no reason why it will not work. So what I have done though is let me move this, pour a little bit of the warm milk just into a small Tupperware container because I don't want to paint directly from my can, or when I start dipping my brush in there, I'm going to be mixing glitter, and then everything else that I paint out of this can will have glitter on it. So all I am doing or going to do, I mean, y'all are literally testing this with me, is just take a small brush, just a little, you know, crafting brush or whatever, and I'm just going to start painting this guy, and we're going to see what happens. And I knew, yeah, so I don't know if y'all can see that okay. You're still going to be able to see a little glitter, which I'm okay with, because like I said, I'm a glitter in small doses kind of girl, so that's okay. But the other thing that's happening is it's going to give it just kind of a cool texture. So instead of being real smooth and whatnot, it's got kind of a cool texture. So already, I'm kind of liking this little guy. Can you guys see that? And I think that probably I'll only have to do one coat, just because I'm gonna be okay with the fact that some glitter and some of the silver kind of shows through, because I'm probably gonna use this in my dining room. Didn't even think to paint over Christmas stuff. How cool. Yes, yeah, I mean, I tell people all the time, I mean, obviously I'm a big fan of painting furniture, you know, but even beyond that, people are like, I'm going to get rid of these candlesticks, or I'm going to get rid of this lamp. And I'm like, paint it, you know, I mean, unless it's super hideous and just, you know, totally out of style. I mean, some things I guess are not salvageable by paint, but so many things are salvageable with paint. So, yeah, this little guy almost made its way to Goodwill, but now I think I'm going to be so glad that I didn't just toss him to the curb. Okay, can you see so far? So here he is on the white side. Here he is on the glittery side. Look at the difference already. Kathy says that's a great idea. But yes, thank you guys. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be cute. Okay, so we're going to keep going with him. I have painted, I mean, it's so funny. I've been painting for almost 5 years now, and literally when I first started painting, I mean, I would walk around our house with the paintbrush in my hand like, what can I paint tonight? And I mean, I think I scared my husband at times. He's like, okay, pretty soon you're gonna be, you know, painting our refrigerator, like painting everything in the house, because once you get hooked on painting and once you realize how easy it can be, it really is addictive, and it's so fun, and it's so cheap, because, you know, it's a lot cheaper to paint your bedroom furniture than it is to buy a new bedroom set, or it's going to be a lot cheaper to paint this little reindeer than it would be for me to go out and buy a new white reindeer. So sometimes it's best just to work with what you have, and literally paint can just transform it. Okay, here's the other side. Lynn, but what a great idea. You save money. Yes, for sure. You definitely save money. And like I said at the beginning, I have tapped out my Christmas budget for the year because it went a little crazy. So this is a great way for me to still feel like I'm getting a new piece, but then, you know, not spending a lot of money. So it's a win-win. I'm going to do his little ears. And I'm like, just now sitting here, okay, y'all tell me what you think. What do you think about leaving his little antler guys glittery? What do y'all think? Should I paint them white too? I'm kind of, even though I thought I wanted them all covered up, I'm kind of thinking maybe it would be cute to leave that part glittery. Let me know what y'all think. The other awesome thing about this paint is that Tess says yes, leave it glittery. I think so too. Leave it, yeah, I think so too. I think that'll be cute. This paint dries super, super quick, so I'm not gonna do a second coat on this because like I said, I'm okay with some of it showing through, but if I was gonna do a second coat, I could literally move on to my next thing, paint one coat on it, and by the time I did that, I'd be ready to come back and paint another coat on this. But I think this guy is gonna be good. I don't know, can y'all see? Oh, I missed the top of his head. I gotta get the top of his head, but I think I'm gonna leave the antlers how they are. Do y'all all agree with that? Try and be careful, and you know, I'm gonna be careful, but I'm also not gonna worry about it if I get a little bit on there. I think he's looking real cute. And y'all, it painted over this glitter, no problem. Like, the glitter's not, I mean, I guess it's coming off a little bit on my hands, but it's not like it's affecting the way this is getting painted. So I'm excited, because I was like, what if I get on here and then this is a big fail? But I think it's working out pretty good. All right. You agree, Kathy? Lynn loves it. Yes, leave it. Lynn, this is, let me try and pick this up again. I just did this a minute ago and spilt it all over me. This is Blackberry House paint. I'm not sure where you're located, but I'm in Spring Hill, Tennessee, and I'm a retailer for this paint at Priss and Pearl. So if you're local, you can check there. If not, you can check the Blackberry House website to see if there's a real retailer near you. And if not, my friend Stacy Haynes, who's on here right now, of Anchored Soul Designs, she actually carries some in her Etsy shop. So, Stacy, if you're still on here and you want to link your page below, if there's anybody that's not local and would be interested in some paint, it's amazing, amazing paint. And there's a ton of beautiful colors. It's not a chalk paint. It's acrylic water-based paint, but it works just like a chalk paint in the sense that you don't have to prime, you don't have to sand. You literally just clean your piece, whether it's a piece of furniture or a glittery reindeer, and you just start painting. You're in Michigan. Okay, I'm not sure if there's anybody in Michigan, but we'll definitely link up Stacy's shop for you here in case you're interested in getting any through her. It's great paint. So, but I would think you could do this with, you know, a lot of the different chalk type paints. But there's my little reindeer. I think he's looking cute. Tomorrow I'll take a picture of him and so you can see him better. The lighting is horrible, of course, at nighttime. But let me show you what I'm going to do next. Now, this is like another... yeah, put it on here when I'm done, Stacy, definitely. Yeah, he turned out cute. Now, listen, a lot of people paint fabric, and I have personally never really, well, I did paint one old seat cushion once just to see what happened and how it looked or whatever, but I've never painted anything to actually, like, keep or whatnot. I don't know if you guys ever painted fabric. Let me know. But this tree, okay, I'm going to switch out. Hold on. Oh, hey, Rebecca. Hey, thank you. This is my glitter paint, so I'm going to set it to the side and switch over. I had done another little container just of regular paint, and paint all the things is my motto. Yes, Lauren, I literally paint all the things. I have so much paint. I mean, even like these picture frames that you can see right here, I think were like a dark brown color. I painted them. I mean, I literally paint anything that I don't like, that I'm tired of, I just paint it. So I don't know why I was about to give all this to Goodwill when I should have known better. So I don't know about this, y'all. This is a little red Christmas tree, but it's a really deep red. It's almost like a maroon kind of color red. I just don't have this color anywhere. I really don't remember when I ever did, but apparently I did because I own it. So what I'm thinking is painting it white, and it's like a burlappy material. So I don't know. We'll see how it really sticks to it, but I'm gonna, or I know it'll stick to it, but just how it absorbs it and stuff. But I'm not gonna care so much, I don't think, if some of the red shows. I'm not necessarily looking for like a solid coverage. So I'm just gonna start like doing it and we'll see what happens. And I almost, and I might do this in a second, was almost thinking about, I'm gonna do this. Okay, hold on. Okay, what I'm gonna do, already having a change of plans, is almost do like a dry brush on it to where maybe it's just gonna look like snowy or something. So instead of doing full coverage, I'm just gonna kind of brush it like this. Okay, yeah, I'm liking this better. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. I'll get it turned around here in a second. This is hard to do. But this is gonna help just like tone it down a little bit to where it's not so red. Can y'all see? Yes, it'll come out looking flocked, Kathy. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like this thought process better than doing, you know, the whole thing real solid. So, yay, y'all. This is going to be cute. I don't know about y'all. Do y'all change out your Christmas decor? I mean, not every year. Nobody can do that. But, you know, after you, I mean, some stuff is super sentimental, and I won't ever change it out and whatever. But sometimes after years and years and years of staring at stuff, don't you just want to change? I mean, your style changes, you know, I guess sometimes when you have little kids, then you kind of conform some things to them, of course, which is totally fine. And I don't know. I just feel like over the years, it's fun to change things up. Do y'all do that too? Okay, can y'all see? It is kind of looking flocked, isn't it? Look, there's the part that we haven't done, and there's that part. What do y'all think? I think it's going to be cute. If you weren't on in the beginning, I spilled paint all over my, well, this is like not a nice thing. This is something I paint in, but it's just funny because this is the story of my life. It's just all day, every day, paint on everything. At least I put a drop cloth down. That was very, you know, considerate of me, right? My husband will be thankful for that. All right, let's see. Are you liking it? Lynn's liking it. I like the toned down red. Me too, Stacy. It's definitely, it's just a dark red, which in some people's houses I'm sure would work great. But for me this year, it wouldn't work in. I might even be able to put this up on my mantle and incorporate it up there. I'll have to play around with it tomorrow, and I'm sure I'll post pictures and stuff. But okay, let's see. What are y'all thinking? This spot's a little heavy. I'm gonna have to kind of take some of that off, but look at the difference. We still have a little bit more to go. And all I'm doing here, y'all, when you're wanting to do a dry brush technique, which this is a little different because it's obviously not on a piece of furniture, but I like to use the little chip brushes, just the cheap brushes. Dab just a little bit of paint. You don't need it soaking wet or whatever. And then I just take a rag or paper towel, whatever I have on hand, and just kind of dab it to where literally your brush is almost dry. It's why it's called dry brushing. And you just do strokes, light strokes back and forth. Now this is obviously not going to be like as solid of strokes as a piece of furniture is, but it's the same, you know, same overall idea. At least you didn't spill on the table. True, Stacy. But see, then if I would have spilled on the table, I could have been like, well, now I need to repaint the table because it's getting like really scratched up. I painted it so long ago that it really needs to be repainted. But anyways, okay. What do y'all think? That's the spot that I kind of did at the beginning. I'll take some sandpaper later and kind of rub some of these darker spots off that's where I was testing it when we first started. So that's why it's a little bit darker, but I think it's kind of cute. It's also so dark in here, I can hardly tell. Thanks, Lynn. All right, what do y'all think? I think it's good. Who would have thought? Like, literally, this guy was going to Goodwill, and now he gets to stay one more Christmas. We'll see. Take off the drop. Yes, I should just do a Facebook Live and paint my table right now tonight. I don't have the energy for that, that's for sure. But, okay, hold on. One more thing. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna do is just this little candlestick. So this kind of is this little situation, has that with a little, birch candle, which is cute. But the candlestick's just so dark and it just doesn't pop like I want it to. So guess what? It's gonna get painted white. Now this is just gonna be an easy, I already cleaned this earlier. I mean, all you gotta do for something like this is just wipe it off and make sure there's not a lot of, dirt and dust and whatever. I'm all covered in glitter and paint now. It's a good night when you're covered in glitter and paint. So anyways, I'm just gonna paint this. This one, we'll have to see. I might need 2 coats on, so I don't know if I'll get them both done on the live tonight. While I am painting this, I don't know if, oh, thanks, Stacy. I love anything birch related, so I do love that candle. I knew I didn't want to get rid of this little guy, and I had it in my bathroom, and then I had it on my little entryway, just different places, and I just wasn't loving it anywhere, so hopefully this will, oh, let me move my paint can. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? Can you see? It's hard for me to tell what you guys can see. But if you caught my Facebook Live the other day, a couple days ago, I made an announcement that I'm excited about. As y'all know, I've been doing my holiday course, the Happy Holiday Home course, and we have 1 more week left in that course. It's been flying by, but we've had a blast over there. Everybody's learning so much and decorating their, hey, Kevin Thomas, how are you? Decorating their trees so pretty, and it's just been so fun to watch everybody learn and just, play around with new things. A lot of these ladies in the group have never had ribbon on their tree at all. So even just putting ribbon in general has been a new step for them. So it's been really cool. But as that is, hey, Kevin, the course has been so fun. Thanks, Stacy. It really has. It's been more fun than I even ever dreamed that it would be. So I'm so happy. But and I'm not going to rehash every single thing I said the other day, but let's just talk about January and what happens when you take your Christmas stuff down. And it can be just sad. When you take your Christmas stuff down, your house looks empty and bare. And, it's just, I always start looking around well, I don't like this. I want to change this. And winter and January, February is just a good time of year to start doing some house projects, some indoor projects, because most places it's cold outside. And so it's just a good time to start doing that. So in January 2nd, right after Christmas and the New Year, I'm going to be launching, hold on, I've got messages coming in, another course, a 6-week course, and this one is Happy Everyday Home, because we want our homes to be pretty, not just at Christmas, but every day. And it's going to be a course dedicated to decorating and how to make your home beautiful and cozy, and just to be able to give you guys the confidence to decorate, because in my years of doing this, that is the number one thing that I hear from people who want my help, is that they just don't have the confidence a lot of times to pull it all together. Even if they know what they like, they just can't, quite pull it together. Okay, here it is, first coat, see? Already making a difference. I'll let this kind of dry for a second. And so, just having the confidence to know, okay, I found this picture, this sign that I love for my living room, but how high do I hang it? How low do I hang it? What do I do? Those kind of tips are things that can be taught. Some people just say, well, I'm not good at decorating. Well, you can be good. You can learn and just put these tips and tricks into place that are simple and will help you. Hey, Chandra, when does it start? I seriously do not have confidence. It starts January 2nd. So that is when the course actually starts. But starting, I don't have my notes in front of me, December 14th is when I'm gonna open it up for a pre-sale. So the way it will work is the course is gonna be $57 for the 6-week course. But if you sign up starting December 14th for the pre-sale, it will be $47. So you'll get $10 off. And I'm gonna give you guys as a bonus, I'm gonna give you the Christmas tree decorating video tutorial that we have used over in the Happy Holiday Home course, because it was literally the hit of the course. And it's so good. It's so good. And even if you're like, I've already decorated my tree this year, you can save it and have it for next year, because it's just awesome, awesome tips. So if you sign up December 14th, through the 19th, I believe it is. I'm sorry, I don't have my notes in front of me, but then you'll get it for $47, and then the course will start right January 2nd, like I mentioned. So I would love to have you in the group. That would be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Real quick to recap, just so you kind of have an idea of what each of the weeks are going to be like. Week 1 is going to be on discovering your decorating style, and can somebody leave a comment real quick? I'm sorry. It just froze on my, okay, is it still working? My laptop, it just froze. So I didn't know if I was frozen to y'all. I have 2 strands at the bottom of my tree. That's it. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Well, next year you can get this video, and you'll be going and buying all kinds of ribbon and lights, and it'll be so fun. I went over to a friend's house today with some other friends to help her decorate her tree, and we had a blast. She'd never, used ribbon before, and her tree looks so good. So it's a lot of fun, and once you learn and know what you're doing, it's easy and it makes it fun. So, but week 1 is going to be focused on discovering your decorating style. So we're going to focus in on how to discover your style or your styles, and week 2 is going to be all about organizing, purging, kind of love it or leave it kind of thing, and focusing in whatever room or rooms you're wanting to focus in on your house, and figuring out what items you love, what you don't, and kind of going through that process. And then week 3 and week 4 are going to be decorating 101. So those are going to be chocked full of just good information, stuff about what size your rugs should be, how high to hang your curtains, how high and low to hang pictures, like I mentioned earlier. Just lots of things that are kind of good basic information that you don't have to have, an interior designer come in and spend thousands of dollars just to be able to do some basic things. Now, I'm not going to be like, now you got to go tear down your wall and you got to put in new backsplash. I mean, we're not going to be getting that deep into renovating your home. This is all about the decorating and the styling and the placement of items, because even doing those things can make such a huge difference. If you don't have it in your budget to paint your whole house or to tear down walls or whatever, you can definitely start making changes. Okay, so just in that time, this is already dry enough, especially at the top where I started, to go ahead and do another coat. So I'm going to do that while I'm talking. So that's week 3 and 4. And then week 5 is the week that I'm the most excited about. And one thing we've been doing over in the holiday course is people have been posting pictures of their trees, mantles, tables, all of this stuff as they are doing them. And if anybody has any questions, they'll post something and say, I'm still trying to do my mantle. I don't know. Should I put this here? Should I do this here? And I'm able to respond to people in the private Facebook group and give them my thoughts and my feedback and all of that. So for the new group, for the everyday group, on the 5th week, everybody will get the chance to pick one room in their house, whether it's living room, bedroom, wherever, and post a picture, and not only get my feedback, I will be able to reply and say, think you need to move this couch here, hang this here, whatever, just, some basic advice, but then also from everybody in the group, because we're building a fun little community over in the Happy Holiday Home group, and people are loving kind of getting connected and commenting on each other's stuff and giving people advice and stuff. So that week alone, y'all, is going to be, it's going to be fun. So that is really great. I totally need this. Good. You'll have to join us for sure. Be looking for the link and I'll message you too. Stacy says you were so good at giving a spot on feedback. Thank you. I try, I know I'm not right all the time, and my way is certainly not the only way, but I try and help how I can. So, but during that week, it's just going to be a lot of fun to get some advice. And, $47 for the course for 6 weeks. That's less than what I charge for an hour if I'm in person in your home here locally. So just to be able to get my feedback right there is really worth the money of the whole course. So, it really is, you got to look at it as an investment. Your home is somewhere you more than likely spend a lot of time, and it's important to be happy there, no matter what that looks like for you, no matter what your home looks like, your budget, whatever. It's important to be happy in the space that you live in. And that's, my biggest goal is just to encourage people and inspire them to do that and give them the confidence to do that. So that will be week 5. And then week 6 will be all of my big shopping tips. I am a shopper. I love to shop, and that's no secret. I do shop for my job, but I also shop for myself a lot. So I've got some good tips and tricks and just some of my favorite stores to shop at and different things. So we'll be going over that and then just kind of doing a recap, of the course or whatever. So it's going to be a fun 6 weeks. The other thing to kind of take note of is that you don't have to be like ready to tackle a project in your house. You like my fingers? Oh my gosh. Right then. So don't think, well, I'm not going to be ready January 2nd to do something in my house, because that's fine. You can learn all these tips and tricks and whatever and implement them and put them into place whenever it's convenient for you. So if you think at any point in the year 2018, you might want to do something to your house, then this course will be good for you. So, all right, guys, look, I got my little candlestick painted from a dark brown to white. And then look, I don't want to set this on here yet, but it's going to pop so much more having it on the white, because it's going to really pick up the white from the candle. I think it's going to be really cute. Stacy, my hands look like that daily. I know. I'm telling you, I really want to go get a manicure tomorrow, but what's the point? Because it'll have paint on it by Saturday, Lynn says, love it. Thank you, Lynn. So if y'all just joined me, I just painted 3 things. I took this silver sparkly reindeer and painted him white, and we left his little antlers silver. And then, put that way over there, painted my little, kind of did a dry brushing thing on my little red tree to kind of tone it down a little bit because it was just so dark and red. Ooh, love it. Yes, goes with the birch so well. Yes, I think it's going to be so cute with the birch. I can't wait. Maybe I'll put all these little things together tomorrow and post a picture. I don't know. We'll see. And then I painted the candlestick. So 3 things that were on their way to Goodwill that now are going to find a place in my house. So y'all just keep that in mind. If you don't have it in the budget to go buy all new Christmas stuff, or even, this is not just a Christmas hack, this is every day, all of your decor. Like I said, lamps, candlesticks, picture frames, you name it, you can paint it. So it's awesome. It's my favorite thing to do. If you give it a try, you can become hooked on it too. Blackberry House paint, my favorite. This was warm milk for anybody, the color warm milk, not actual warm milk, for anyone that wanted to know. So if y'all have any questions about what I did here tonight or about the course coming up, let me know. I will, of course, be posting more information about it, and next week you'll be hearing a lot about it because that'll be coming up on the sign up. So do you sell that paint? Yes, I do sell the paint. I sell it here locally, though. I don't sell it online. But Chandra, Stacy Haynes does sell some of it online. She's a retailer for Blackberry House too, and she actually just got some of it loaded to her Etsy site. So if you want any, I think she's going to put her link here in the comments whenever we're done. So it's awesome paint, though. If anybody local has not tried it, head to Prison Pearls this weekend to get some and paint a reindeer or paint anything. It's just so fun. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to clean up my mess, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.